Hi guys, it's Kelly here and I'm back with another video for Trinity stamps. This card almost got the best of me. I nearly ruined it, but I'm going to show you. This is the after and this is the before. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the things I did to change it to make it a card that I actually like. So I'm using the Recharge stamps and dies, and then I am also using the Beaming with Love stencil. When this came out, I think this was like back in February that it came out, I really loved the set. But I just didn't have an opportunity to use it. So it's going to be a light up shaker, which is tons of fun. And then here, so I've stamped out the flashlight and I am adding some shading with my Copic markers. You can color this however you would like. I just went with a nice and simple silver flashlight so that it wasn't like competing with the rest of the card. For the rest of the card, I did... like, it's just a pretty simple color combination, because I wanted, the beaming, the light beaming to be the main focal point. So for the shading, I'm just kind of adding shading to the left and right hand side to help give it a more round appearance. And then I am also going around the inside edge of that light. And I chose to color this like the light gray, so it gave like a silver. In order to like bolster that up, you could always add a little bit of like a shimmer pen over that. And then for the actual light portion, I am going into there with some yellow. And again, I'm just going to do the shading on the left and right hand side to leave the center the lightest. And I'm actually going to end up bringing in a little bit of a lighter marker for the center, because even though the light is going to make the card glow, I want it to look like it's on, even when the light isn't. So once I was done with that, I did go back in with that YO2 and go around the edges. And then here, I'm just laying the stencil down so that I can mark where I need to cut, so that I will have that vellum. So I am lining up where I've kind of, this is like second generation stamping. I've stamped where my flashlight's going to go, and then I'm just following along those pencil lines. I do have to do a smidge of fussy cutting just around that flashlight portion. And then this frame, I just cut with a rectangle die. I'm using Tombow Mono Multi Glue because it's a repositionable adhesive. And so you could also use a repositionable tape runner. And I'm putting the repositional adhesive on it because I need to put it in place to make sure that the stencil extends over top of it, so everything matches up. But I still need to remove it because that is how I'm going to add the shaker bits. So I'm using mustard seed and carved pumpkin to add a little bit of yellow. Now this is the first thing that did not go according to plan, because I was like, this will be really cool. We'll be able to see through, the vellum, to see the stenciling. Y'all, you can't see it at all. Not even kind of, not even a little bit, not even a smidge. So you could actually totally skip this. I would still do the yellow underneath. I would still do the yellow underneath. But I would skip the stencil part of it, because truthfully, you can just so barely see it. Now, if you were making this card and you were not making it a light up card where you could just use acetate, you absolutely could do this. And it would look great. I have a different way that I went about getting this so that I could still see the hearts that I loved so much. And so we'll get to that a little bit later. In order for that yellow to be like that yellowish orange to be really striking, I have to have a little bit of color play here with some contrast as well as like some complementary colors. So I chose to go with blue. Not that, I would have picked blue anyway. We all know blue is my boyfriend. So I chose to go with blue, and I'm going to leave the edges darker and have it be lighter the closer we get to our little beam of light. So that way it looks like the light is kind of like emanating out. But the blue is going to work really nicely with that orangish yellow because blue and orange are complementary colors. So the golden yellow portion of it is really going to work very nicely and make it nice and striking. This card is is kind of like a more playful kind of encouragement card that you could send to somebody. I have a friend of mine who is kind of going through a hard time right now. And so I thought that this would be kind of a fun, playful way to send her a little bit of encouragement, because even when we're going through something that's like really heavy, we don't necessarily want the emotional like cards or things. Like sometimes when we're already carrying something that's really heavy, it's nice to have something that's a bit more playful. So I've done my ink blending. I always do my ink blending twice. You saw me go back out to like the darkest to the black soot and then back in. And then I've die cut out my flashlight, and here I got stuck. And you'll notice that my nail polish is going to change here in a minute, because I put the card to like I got here, I put this together, and then it felt a little bit kind of plain. So I chose some gold vellum. And I'm adding adhesive only around the edge because I want the adhesive to stick to that frame that is temporarily adhered, but I don't want it to, I don't want to be able to see the adhesive where the shaker bits are going to be. So I adhered that down, and then I'm going to adhere the top portion to the vellum. It's like a golden vellum. This is from Pear Blossom Press, as is the light. So anyway, I'm going to trim off any excess to make sure everything lines up really nicely. And then once that glue is dry, I'm going to peel up the part that is repositionable, so the frame. And this is going to make it so that I can put that foam tape around there to make it so that we can see it. So I did the blending thing. I couldn't even think. I blended in my white edges. And then here, I'm getting my light into position, and I'm going to hold it there with my finger while I draw around the outside edge with a pencil. This is going to make it really, really easy for me to know exactly where I need to put my light to get it right back in the spot that I want. And I just use some double-sided adhesive here, just some like sticky tape, and I'll peel off of that. And then once I stick it down, it'll be exactly in the position I need it to be, so that we won't be able to see it, but it will still light up my flashlight. So now, of course, you got to double check it a couple, like, is it even an interactive card if you don't press the light a bunch of times? I'm just saying. So now I have to do the shaker portion of it. So in order to do the shaker portion, I need to get the foam tape, not only on all the sides so that it's even and it's flush. I need to get the foam tape where my shaker bits are going to be blocked in. So I am putting my foam tape. This is already doubled up. If you're using regular foam tape, you do need to put 2 layers. This particular foam tape is already like double thick, so my shaker bits will be able to shake around. And then for where the light is, I do need to still put the foam tape there because I have to block it all in. I hope that makes sense. So otherwise the shaker bits are going to roll right back down my flashlight. So here I'm putting this into position and making sure that I have all of my parts lined up. And then I have a smaller piece, and I'm making sure everything fits. And then I'm going to lay this right on top there and then double check that everything is fitted. And I cut it just a hair short, because I was trying to get it exactly where I needed it to go in between there. And so I did end up having to move around my foam tape just a little bit. Now this foam tape, I have no issue, kind of moving it around. So I needed to extend it out just to make room for that. And then in order to make sure it was edge to edge, I am going to put in, you can see there's just a little bit of a gap, and that gap is big enough for my shaker bits to fall through. So here you can see I've just added an extra piece, and I am gonna just trim that. It doesn't have to be pretty. Nobody's gonna see that side of it. You just want to make sure everything is housed inside. So then I have some, I think they're the baubles. I think they're the lemon meringue baubles, and then the hearts, and they're both yellow, and then some, I can't remember if it was sequins or confetti, because I told you it took me a minute to get this all together. So they're all yellow though. And then I just put them in there. And then I'm going to take off my liner paper, like the cover for that. And then I'm going to use that and put it down like it is a lid. So once I have that on there and everything is lined up, I can go ahead and push that down. And then here where I was like, I like the card, but the card is a little bit boring and I'm not really sure where to go about it from here. Let me push this light a couple of minutes and then I'll think about it. I am going to show you what it looks like with the light up when it is like, I have no studio lighting, no fancy studio lighting. So it does light up quite a bit, but as previously stated, you cannot see the hearts. So here's where I'm like, I'm going to experiment. Okay. Guys, we got crazy and it did not work out. So I masked all around it and then I decided that I was going to do some paste right over top of the vellum. So I chose to do like a gold and a translucent, and I thought that they would kind of like be a gradient, which they were. But here's the problem. The vellum is not made to stand up against that much moisture. Okay. So that was a no-go. You're going to see it. It was so wrinkly. It was like you had put a cotton shirt, like a cotton dress shirt into the dryer and you had left it there for 3 days. It did not look good. So I played around with a little bit earlier about whether or not I was going to use the batteries. And I thought the batteries would be a great way to kind of fill up that bottom right-hand corner. So I did go ahead and stamp 2 of them. One of them I put the plus sign on, and one of them I just used the little lightning bolt. I thought that this was adorable. I chose to use the little plus sign, because the sentiment says stay positive. So like that ties that in together. And then I kind of colored them almost like Duracell batteries. I think you can color these whatever you want, but I chose to color them this way because it already matched the color scheme I had going on with like the gold and yellow. So I added my shading to the black at the bottom, and then I did the yellow at the top, and the ends, I just did the same kind of grayish silver that I did for the flashlight. And then same thing with the lightning bolt. I just did that kind of like a little bit silvery gray. So then once those were done, I also stamped the sentiment white, like black on white, the recharge and energize, and then the stay positive. We're reworking this to say recharge, energize, and stay positive. And then I also need a button for them to know to press the light. So I used the little interactive set for that. I just I stamped the press here, trimmed it out, and then I just colored it to match the flashlight. I've glued down one of my batteries. I'm blending this into my background as well. These seemed very bright and almost like they were competing, where everything else was in shadow over there. So in order to fix that, I'm going to take my black soot right on my little blender buddy, and I'm going to go right over top of that coloring. It's going to push it back into that shadow, and it's going to look so much better. So I did the recharge and energize. It was too glaring. That was a mistake. It was too glaring. So then I colored it in to match, and I didn't like it at all. I did not like it one little bit. I couldn't get over the wrinkly vellum, the sentiment that was illegible. So let's do a little quick fix up. So I pulled off the whole top and I pulled off this vellum. Now I did have some ripping, but nothing that was too terrible. That is a risk I ran. I knew that, but I did not like the card so much. I was willing to run the risk. So here I have just some plain vellum, and rather than using the golden color, I'm using Distress Oxides, and I am using a smaller blender that doesn't put down as much color, and I'm blending this out so that it goes from yellow to like clear. And now see on this one, you can see the stenciling, as you go through it, but just something to note, if you decide to color your vellum with your oxides, you have to put the oxides face down. If you leave it up, you can rub it off. and then I'm going to put this back over top. So I still have a lid for my shaker. It's just much more subtle. That paste was not it. So you can see the hearts, but barely. I did want it to be more noticeable. So I put my masking tape back in place, and then I used a finger dauber and a gold metallic pigment ink. This puts down such a light layer that the pigment ink really does dry pretty quickly. And then we could see the hearts the whole time, not just when it was lit up. I loved that. To make the sentiment more legible, I decided that I was going to stamp it in white and then heat emboss it onto some blue cardstock. This was a blue that was pretty close to the ink blending, and this was going to make it so it was much more readable. And I didn't remove the other one. There was no reason to run the risk of ripping the paper when I could just glue this one right over top of it. So that's exactly what I did. I just put those right on top. That means they are a little bit more popped up. There's 2 layers, but I'm not even worried about that whatsoever. And then, like, that's it. That's the whole card. So we didn't make a ton of changes. We kept the same kind of ideas, but it did come out so much better. So remember what we had, and then here's what we ended up with. So if you are struggling with a card, don't give up. Recharge, energize, and stay positive. It can still work out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I always appreciate your time, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.